questions. Start with Thomas.
Max said you guys are going to have to be able to hit some shots down the field this week. What's kind of the key, I guess, to making that happen?
Well, the key is our practice and our preparation. We have to give some indicators at the top of the route. Those things and our run game, once it gets going, it gives us opportunities to take shots. So we just have to take advantage of it.
How has Kadarius advanced in this transition to receiver to this point?
You know, he's done a wonderful job. As you can see, we move him all around. Playing the position of quarterback, you know, it teaches you the entire phase of the game, the whole concept of the offense. So it was real easy for him to transition into the wide receiver spot. And I was very surprised by his great ball skills.
Early on, Max said you guys didn't want to overload him a lot as he made the transition. How much more has been added to his plate in terms of packages and plays he can handle?
We've added a ton since the beginning of the year. We knew he was special, you know, in the spring as well as in fall camp. You know, it was just a matter of when he made that transition, understanding the techniques of route running, and then, you know, we use him in some wildcat scenarios. So that package has expanded since the beginning of the year.
And just lastly, he seemed to be more of a wildcat guy in the last couple of games than on the screens. And will he be more involved in the passing game going forward, do you think?
Yeah, moving forward, we definitely hope to use him a lot more.
Jordan?
Seeing Tyreke Cleveland able to come back, he looked good in practice yesterday a little bit. We saw just how has he progressed since getting that ankle injury?
He's been doing pretty good. You know, as you saw, he did go through practice yesterday. We'll see where he is moving forward. He's getting back to his old self, and, you know, Coach will give you an update after practice just based off of how he looks today.
And overall, just when he's on the field, just how much of a difference does he make? 'Cause obviously, the last 2 weeks passing game hasn't gone as you guys have been hoping with both him and Tony out.
You know, there's a comfort level when you have that deep threat out there. They have to make certain coverage adjustments to him, which is a great asset to the offense as a whole, and look forward to having him back, hopefully.
Georgia's ranked number 3 defensively in the country. What are they doing well?
They have some guys who can get after it up front. They're really disciplined on the back end. They do a lot of switching up of coverages, so we're going to have to be disciplined with our eyes in the passing game and see the structure of the coverage on the back end. But they do a great job. You know, they have a great coaching staff over there doing a wonderful job on defense.
Going back to Tyree, aside from speed, what makes him such a great deep threat? I mean, he has pretty much all you guys' deep plays this year so far.
Well, aside from the speed is the size as well. You know, he can go up and get it. As you saw early in the year, he went up and got one. He had one in a game that was out of bounds that he went up and got. But his size as well as his speed down the field gives you a jump ball threat, and the speed factor, you can't substitute that.
Obviously, I know the offense is complex and all that, but at some point, does the passing game come down to just the receivers finding the way to get open? I mean, it seems like there have been some struggles there this year.
Not really having trouble getting open. You know, it's a lot that goes into the passing game. You know, there's protection, all right? There's a progression as far as reads. Our part is the route running, the execution of the routes, the top end, giving indicators to the quarterback. All of that stuff is huge, and it all ties together. It's one big puzzle, and all the pieces have to fit.
And how do you feel the receivers 6 games into the season have done so far with getting that puzzle to fit together?
We faltered at one point, but we took some practices and corrected some of the mistakes and some of the things that we were doing on the outside. And we just have to continue to hone our technique and our skills and continue to get open on the outside.
You guys have obviously had some tough losses here and, you know, kind of a lot of, I guess, disappointment. How have the guys kind of responded coming off the bye week, and what's the energy level been like this week in practice?
Well, you know, they've acknowledged their shortcomings. That's first and foremost. And they understand their mistakes. They're taking that in, and they're going out with great energy and practicing well and focusing on just moving to the next step.